Hey guys! Okay, so I'm really excited about this video. As you can see, I've done my hair ombre. What I'm going to show you today, this is basically my ombre hair tutorial. I'm going to show you video clips of me doing my hair and how to do it and advice for different people who have different hair colors. Before I started this, if you guys have seen my other videos, I had really light brown hair, kind of just like a faded color. So I actually had to dye the top and the bottom, which is a little bit more difficult. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and if you already have dark hair, you're one step ahead of the game because all you have to do is do the blonde. So this is what it looks like, and I really wanted like a really nice transition from brown to blonde. What I used is, this is the new L'Oreal, this is their Wild Ombre Brush On Effect. It's basically just a bleach, guys. The reason that sets it apart is the brush. So it comes with this little brush. Sorry it's dirty, I mean I did use it, but this is like a little brush, higher bristles on the side and like lower bristles in the center, and then in the very center even lower bristles. So I guess what it has is a randomizing effect, so it's not so like concrete, so you can kind of like randomize it. So yeah, I just wanted to try it, and I thought it'd be really cool to do a review on this product to see if it's worth it or not. So yeah. Okay guys, so starting out, this is my hair. This is before I dyed it. It's like a really light color, and you just want to make sure your hair is brushed, and I parted it in two parts and put it on both sides. And this is the L'Oreal Wild Ombre. This is what the box looks like, and this is for medium to dark hair. And then this is the mocha ash brown that I'm using for the top of my hair. Sorry. So yeah, this is me modeling. Okay, so first take two rubber bands, and basically you want to mark where the blonde is going to start, like in this photo. So I'm going to go ahead and pick out where I want my blonde to start. And this isn't the actual bleach blonde. This bleach, yeah, this isn't like the really, really blonde part. That's going to be your tips. This is just for where you want the gradual blonde to start. So I'm going to start with the brown first, and it says keep it on for 30 minutes. And what I've done is I've applied the pre-color serum that actually comes with the box. And the reason why I did the rubber bands is so that I know where to apply the dark brown dye, because I'm going to avoid the area below the hair bands. So right now what I'm doing is I'm applying it to my root, and the dye that I got actually has a comb-like applicator, so I'm using that, and I'm just applying it all throughout my roots and making sure all of it is saturated. And if you already have dark hair, you can skip this step. You don't have to do the rubber band, but this is for people who want to dye the top of their hair as well. So yeah, I'm just continuing to saturate that. And now I'm just switching back to the normal applicator, and I'm just going to start using my hands, and I'm going to do my best not to pull the hair out of the rubber band or, you know, mess up the rubber band, and I'm just going to go ahead and saturate my hair with the dark brown color. So eventually I actually took out the rubber bands, and you can see where the distinction is, and I only took out the rubber bands when I was sure where I cannot go past. So there's a clear distinction here. This is just so I can get underneath at those hairs that were kind of, you know, stuck together or not accessible with the hair bands. So now I'm just going to saturate the rest of my hair. I'm going to make sure it's really on there, and I'm just going to avoid that area. And if you could see, when I put it up to the hairband, it's not perfect. It's not a perfect line. That's because I don't want it to be too spot on. I want it to kind of be random. But I do want all the hair above that little unclear line to be completely saturated, because that part of my hair I do want to be very clear that it's dark brown. So this is just a close-up look of what it looks like after I'm done saturating my hair. I know it looks funny, but yeah, this is just so that you can see where I stopped putting the dark brown dye and where my actual hair starts. And now I'm going to wash it out. Okay, so this is what it looks like when I washed it out, and you can see it's not too dark of a brown. I didn't want to go too dark, but yeah, you can still see the very subtle transition between the dark and my regular hair, and I really like the way it turned out. It looks really good, and it gives me a nice setting to move on. So the bleach says 25 to 45 minutes. I'm not going to be needing that long. It comes with this brush, and this is the brush. And what I'm going to do is I've already put together my my bleach product. I've already shooken it up. I'm going to apply it right onto the brush. And I'm just going to go ahead and brush that on about the 1-inch end of my tips, and that's all. I'm first just going to focus right on my tips because that is going to be the blondest part of my hair. And even though the instructions say 25 to 45 minutes, I'm not going to leave it on that long because my hair is already pretty light. If your hair is dark, you may need to keep it on for that long, but if you have lighter hair like me, you're only going to need about 20 minutes at the most. Okay, so I'm just taking the product and I'm just putting it to the tips of my hair, and I'm just making sure that my tips are completely saturated. And I really like this brush because it really gets all your hairs, and it's really easy to apply. I'm just making sure that I get it even on all my hair. If someone's doing this for you, it would be a lot easier for them to tell if it's even or not, but this is kind of the solo way to do it. Yeah, and you just want to make sure that you're making it even, because when you put your hair to the back, it might look a little weird if you're doing this all from the front. So just make sure it's even, and you'll be fine. I mean, like I said, the messier, well, not the messier the better, but it's okay if it's a little messy, kind of uneven, because that's ombre. That's the style, so don't stress too much on it. I'm just applying it to the other side now, and I'm just making sure that I'm doing it even to the other side, because this is the part I'm going to keep on the longest, and the part that is going to be the most blonde on my hair. I'm just going to brush that through and make sure it's completely saturated because I don't want to reapply. And this stuff is heavy duty stuff. Like, you can smell it. So now I'm just going to go back with a little bit more actually. And if you can tell, my ends are already starting to change color. And this is just going to go a little bit higher. I'm just slowly going higher and higher. And I'm just adding also more to the ends. And the reason why I just put that on my hands is just because I really want it to be saturated and to be evened out. And I'm just kind of skeptical, or I was skeptical at the moment about the brush. So I'm just making sure that I'm getting all the hairs. I don't want any brown hairs in my blonde area. So. And now I'm going a little bit higher. I'm just going to keep going higher and higher. Not too high, of course, but you can tell I'm just going about 2 to 3 inches up. And I'm just making sure that I've gotten all the hairs from front to back and making sure that it's all even. And here I've already spread it upwards maybe about 4 to 5 inches, and you can tell that my ends are already blonde. So I've kept on the bleach that's on my ends for about 15 minutes at this point. And now I have it all the way up to where I want the lightening to start, the lighting of the hair to start. I'm going to keep that on for about maybe 10 minutes because I don't want it to be too blonde. And this is going to be the transitional brown color into the blonde. So this is just a close-up. If you can see where I started the blonde and where I want the transitional color to be. I'm not using too much product, but it's still going to look great. I'll come a little closer so you guys can see the gradual. And that's the beauty of it, is it can just be random and it still looks like gorgeous. So yeah, I think this product is really easy to use. I really like, just a disclaimer out there, I'm not a hairdresser. I've been doing my hair and some other of my friends' hair, my sister's hair for a long time, so I kind of know the, you know, I kind of know how to work my way around, and I know hair a little bit, but I'm not an expert. So this is just my advice, and if you want to go for it, go for it. But it may not work out for you. It doesn't work out for anyone. Like I said before, when I did it, I just used brown dye and bleach, and it just turned into a two-color, kind of like this, but it didn't look good. So it's all in the technique, and all I'm saying is I hope it works out for you, and if it does, comment below so I know, because I'll be so happy to hear that. And thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Okay.